Recording.
Good evening, everyone. Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to Public Laws 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press, and the Beacon was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and the place of the meeting. We will rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Wait 1 second, Veronica.
Yes?
Good morning.
We got a problem.
Houston.
Meeting canceled.
All right. Tom, are you hearing anything through there?
Yes, we are getting audio.
It's telling me on my end that I have low sound. So as long as you're getting audio, I'm okay.
I think Steve realizes.
Go ahead.
Expecting him to.
Item number 1, proclamation for Friends of the Lacy Library. I'll read a proclamation.
We'll talk tomorrow.
Whereas Friends of the Ocean County Library Lacy branch raised money that enables our library to move from good to great, providing the resources for additional programming, much needed equipment, support for children's summer reading, and special events throughout the year. And whereas the work of the Friends highlights on an ongoing basis the fact that our library is the cornerstone of the community, providing opportunities for all to engage in the joy of lifelong learning and connect with the thoughts and ideas of others from ages past to the present. And whereas the Friends understand the critical importance of well-funded libraries and to advocate to ensure that our library gets the resources it needs to provide a wide variety of services to all ages, including access to print and electronic materials, along with expert assistance in research, readers' advisories, and children's services. And whereas the Friends gift their time and commitment to the library sets an example for all in how volunteerism leads to positive civic engagement and the betterment of our community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Peter Curatola proclaims October 17th to 23rd, 2021 as Friends of the Library Week in Lacy Township, New Jersey, and urges everyone to join the Friends of the Library and thank them for all they do to make our library and community so much better. So,
Do we have somebody present for the Friends of the Lacy Library here tonight? They were supposed to be somebody? No? Okay. Well, what we should do is pass this on down to Mr. Kennis, and he will make sure that he gives it to his mother, who is a very active member of the Friends of the Lacy Library.
Thank you, Mr. Kennis.
wonderful gentleman Mr. Kennis is. And,
You're very welcome, Peter.
A great man in our community, and thank you for doing that, Stephen.
Mayor,
Appreciate that.
Mayor, if I
Yes,
may,
please.
I do sit on the Ocean County Library Commission, and I don't have the numbers here in front of me, but I can tell you this, that during COVID, our Lacy Library was in the top 5, I believe, of busy libraries in all of Ocean County. And I can tell you this, we're looking at different ways to extend the library services to the people, not only in Lacy Township, but throughout the county, so that they can enjoy it, because we've got so many great resources there. And Lacy Library is always, I look at the list all the time, and I'm looking, no matter what metric you go by, it's always in the top 5, maybe, or at least at the minimum, in the top 10. So it's a great library down there. Mayor, that's all I have.
Thank you, Donald. And Tim does and has served on there, so I thank him. We all should for that service. Item number 2, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health, quarterly health update. I have asked at the beginning of the year, and RWJ has graciously provided support quarterly. This will be the third of 4 short quarterly reports where Dr. Cabell and colleagues provide not only a COVID update, but also items about chronic illness and things like that. We have our 2 vibrant senior communities here, so please, Doctor, come forward. Name, address, title, or name and title.
Your my home address? Or
Name and title.
Okay. I'm Dr. Mika Neblett. I am the Chief Medical Officer at Community Medical Center and the Chief Academic Officer at Community Medical Center. Do you want a COVID update as well, sir? Team? People?
Sure.
Lovely. Okay.
Basic.
So we want to thank you for inviting us tonight to speak to all of you and give you an update of what's going on in our community. As you're well aware, we're still in the pandemic. We're still with a lot of COVID patients and a lot of COVID plaguing our community. We're definitely in a lot better place than we were a while ago, but every time there is a holiday season, there's a major uptick here with the transient community that does come down here and does not practice as much social distancing as masking as we would like. We're in a good place right now in our community with vaccination rate. We're really getting almost to 70%, which is wonderful. And we've made available the booster shots for anyone who needs it, and that's anyone who's over 65, as well as the immunocompromised, and that's the Pfizer booster that is available for that. At our hospital right now, we are in a really good condition with only 1.5 units open for COVID patients, which is much different than where it was over a year ago, which was about, half the hospital was full with that. Other than that, all of our services are open to serve the community and assist with the community. We are mandating COVID vaccines for all of our employees, so that when you come to the hospital, you can be assured that you are being taken care of someone that is protected and safe. Keep going or stop for questions?
The importance of, it's safe to come to the hospital. I know you wanted to touch on that.
Sure. It is definitely safe to come to the hospital. You need a mask, obviously, and the COVID units are separated from the non-COVID units, but masking, whether you're a visitor or a patient, as well as all the employees, is mandatory. But we maintain special cleaning for COVID rooms. We maintain special cleaning throughout, just to make sure that we are safe for everybody. And there's masks if you don't have one, and there's lots of hand sanitizers everywhere for that as well.
I want to thank you for coming out. I don't know if you do this for other municipalities. I do share a conference call with Dr. Cabell, represent the county and all of our municipalities each Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. with the New Jersey Department of Health. So it's important to come out here and just give it to us straight.
Yeah.
Let's talk right to the people, and to have it delivered by an academic professional and a physician. I know our people are appreciative of that. Is there a number that anyone could call if they have questions or concerns? You have a public information officer over there.
I think, Terry, what do you think is the best number to leave? 8,000?
They can call 732-557-2049.
732-557-2049. I want to thank you.
I want one more update, if
Yeah,
that's
please.
okay. If that's okay. So there's a lot of exciting things going on right now at Community Medical Center, other than taking care of our COVID patients and surviving the pandemic. We also started a residency program, which is really exciting. So not just being a community hospital, we're now an academic community hospital. And
My
so.
general practitioner is leading that, and I'm very upset over that because I lost her.
Oh, well, okay. I just gave an hour-long COVID talk to Greenbrier community, and they've said that as well, that one of their lead physicians left to be in charge of she is second in command of our internal medicine residency, and she's so I'm sorry that you lost her. We have many other practitioners who can assist you if you'd like, but she is wonderful. So we have 3 residency programs right now. We have podiatry, and that's 3 residents a year for 3 years. We have emergency medicine, and that's 12 residents a year for 3 years. And we have internal medicine, and that's 12 residents a year for 3 years. Next year, starting in July, we'll also have general surgery, and that's 4 residents a year for 5 years. And then after that, we'll have a program called transitional year, and that's residents that stay with us for 1 year before moving on to a even more complicated residency, whether it's radiation oncology or ophthalmology or another program. All the doctors in the hospital have some interaction with the residents, and it's just elevating the level of care. It's elevating, you're talking about going to libraries. Doctors, we read a lot, and so we appreciate libraries immensely, and it's just elevating our educational experience at the hospital, which is very exciting. So I'm an emergency medicine doctor by training, and now obviously I sit on the other side doing administration. And our ER residents are working throughout the emergency department as well as with EMS and doing trauma and many other rotations. Our podiatry residents are on the floors as well as in the OR. And our internal medicine residents really dive deep into the community. And they're not only on the floors and rotating, but rotating through other specialties as well, learning about the GI tract, learning about the brain, learning about the heart. And we've also started a continuity clinic, which is a community clinic. And I wanted one of the residents to talk a little bit about the community clinic because it's run by our number 2 in command, our doctor, run by that doctor and the residents. And I wanted her to give a little description of that, if that's okay with you. Sure. Dr. Yasri?
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Dr. Neshwa Yusri. I'm one of the medical residents in internal medicine at Community Medical Center. Thank you for having me here tonight. It's really an honor. So I know Dr. Neblett talked a little bit about our continuity clinic. So at this clinic, we see patients from all over the Ocean County. We see patients who are recently discharged from the hospital. They come follow up with us in clinic, or just patients who are seeking care in the community and they need a practitioner. We're available. So it's run by the residents in accordance with our attending physicians. So thank you for giving us your GP because she's awesome and we love her and she's the best. So we see patients primarily with her, but it's been a great time. We're really happy to serve the community. I grew up in Toms River, so I'm a local Ocean County girl and I love it here, and I'm happy to serve this community that helped raise me, and all my residents are loving it. We're having a great time and we hope to continue to serve Ocean County. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The only other thing to add about the continuity clinic that makes it special is that it is for the underserved community as well. So we accept all insurances and we accept no insurance. And so that's really important to make sure that all members of our community are able to be served and that we make sure they have continuity, whether in the hospital or at the clinic or at home. We're also able to call them directly at home and just have that connection with the patient, make sure they're taking their medications and following up as necessary. So thank you.
And for the record, for full disclosure,
Yes, sir.
I have asked other hospital associations to speak, and you guys have all stepped up. So we certainly appreciate that. We're blessed in our town, our county, with great hospital associations from the bottom of Little Egg to the top near Point Pleasant. So certainly appreciate RWJ and the expertise and the partnership with Dr. Cabell, yourself, and your colleagues. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're happy to come back anytime you want to hear from us or need anything.
I am partial to nurses. I'm married to one.
Okay, we love nurses too. We need them, so this is good.
So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Item number 3, American Recovery Act Funds Property Tax Rebate Program.
I know we've had a lot of conversations with regards to the American Recovery Act funds and what can and what it can't be spent on, and it is very, very limited as to what the federal government allows you to spend it on, and the correlation as to how you link it back to the pandemic. And we've talked about in the past the property tax rebate. Property tax rebate card program, and unfortunately, speaking with the state comptroller's office 2 weeks ago, and of course speaking with the Division of Community Affairs who put out the local finance offices notices, it's not a possibility of us to be able to do that, because even though we as the property owners may get this prepaid tax rebate card and we would spend it at a recognized corresponding business that was hard hit during the pandemic, that business would have to tell us in the future how they spent those funds that we spent out of our own pocket in order to get the property tax rebate program. There's no accountability as to how, if there was $1,000 spent at one of the local restaurants, how that local restaurant spent those funds, and it puts us in a jeopardy of having to be audited, and in the township, out of tax dollars, having to pay back the federal government down the road. So at this time, it's not an approved use. So I just wanted to let you guys know that.
Thank you.
And I will say, it is a fine program, and it does bring relief it brings business to businesses, it brings relief to homeowners. However, we cannot use American Recovery Act funds for it. And I want to publicly thank our administrator, who did a lot of that homework, reached out to our accountant, and essentially indemnifying the town. Because what happens if we jump into this and we get audited 3, 4, 5 years down the road, we pay it back. And I don't want to have to be in a position where I come to all of you in the audience, hat in hand, and say, it's time to pay it back. So we want to do it right the first time. Veronica helped us out with that, and some of our other colleagues up here as well. So with that, head on.
Nothing for this meeting, no. Anybody else?
Nope.
Nope.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Move it. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hurry, run.
Thank
Don't
you very
want
much.
to
Yeah, you guys can go. We're going to
Yeah,
go to our
yeah.
next meeting.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much. Take care. Township meeting, September 23rd, 2021. Adequate notice this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to public laws of 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Beacon and was posted at the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. We're going to salute the flag, have a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number one, first reading of ordinance 2021-23, amending chapter 335 of the zoning regulations to amend the M100 industrial zone.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 335 of the Township Code of the Township of Lacey entitled Zoning so as to revise the minimum required lot size in the M100 industrial zone and amending the zoning table 1. This currently, the M100 zone calls for a required minimum acreage of 300 acres. There are privately owned parcels there that are looking to do some industrial approved uses there, and they don't have the acreage. They have 12 or 13 acres, so we are reducing it down to 5 acres for the zone. That zone is clearly areas outside the scope of the power plant area. Motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number two, second reading of ordinance 2021-21, authorizing the sale of block 866, lots 11 and 13 to the adjoining property owner.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the sale of block 866, lots 11 and 13 on the municipal tax map to Andrew and Stephanie Hopkins in accordance with the provisions of NJSA 48:12-13B and NJSA 48:12-13.2. This is a non-conforming lot being sold to the adjoining property owner and must be consolidated with their current property for the fair market value of $10,000.
Second reading, open the floor to public comment.
Seeing none, make a motion to close it.
Second.
All in
All in
favor?
favor?
Aye.
Move it.
Motion on the audit, ordinance.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number three, second reading of ordinance 2021-22, authorizing the purchase of block 1853, lots 20 through 23.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the purchase of block 1853, lots 20, 21, 22, and 23 pursuant to NJSA 48:12-5. This is a lot that is in the adjacent to the Walters Cornerstone Development Group. This is where we are anticipating phase 3 of the affordable housing project, and we are purchasing it from the property owner out of the Affordable Housing Trust Fund in the amount of $60,000. Second reading?
Second reading, open the floor to public comment.
Seeing none, make a motion to close.
Second.
All in
All in
favor?
favor?
Aye.
Motion on the ordinance.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
I'm going to vote no, and I want to make a comment. So I'm voting no as I normally do on anything associated with affordable housing, not because I'm against affordable housing. There is definitely a need. What I'm against is, and I've been for many, many years, and I remember Committeeman Brian Reed, Mayor Brian Reed, Deputy Mayor Brian Reed used to say this a lot. It's a mandate without funding, because all this affordable housing, the way it's structured and with the way they finance it, it must be a pilot program. Payment in lieu of taxes, which basically means the schools do not get any taxes on this. So that's why I'm voting no. Thank you.
And Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number four, resolution 2021-248, appointing police chaplain.
Resolution Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, appointing police chaplains. Those will be Matthew Haas from the Village Lutheran Church and Pastor Walter Santos from the Lacey Christian Assembly.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number five, resolution 2021-249, amending the shared services agreement with the Borough of Pine Beach.
Resolution Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the execution of an amendment to the interlocal services agreement with the Borough of Pine Beach for Chief Financial Officer and Qualified Purchasing Agent and Finance Officer Services. As you know, we've had a change in the finance office, and this is just correcting and naming the new assistant CFO in this agreement for Pine Beach.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 6, Resolution 2021-250, awarding the contract for Sunrise Boulevard and First Street Road improvement projects.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, awarding a contract for the Sunrise Boulevard and First Street Road improvement projects to Swift & Son Incorporated. The Township of Lacey went out to bid. We opened bids on the 16th of September. 3 bids were received. The lowest responsible bidder was Swift & Sons in the amount of $141,921.80.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 7, refund. Item number 7, Resolution 2021-251, authorizing refunded deposit monies.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the refund of deposit monies held for the use of municipal facilities.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 8, Resolution 2021-252, authorizing the payment of township bills.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the payment of township bills in the amount of $907,004.36. Motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes, but I'll abstain on D0400.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 9, motion to approve township meeting minutes of September 9th, 2021.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstention?
Yeah, Mr. Juliano will abstain. He wasn't present at that meeting.
What was it for?
September 9th meeting minutes?
Right.
Motion to approve caucus meeting minutes of September 9th, 2021.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nick abstained.
I abstain.
Deputy Mayor abstained. Item number 11, motion to approve raffle license application for the NJSNA Region 6 and the Rotary Club of Forked River.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Comments from the committee?
Can I add one thing?
Yes, please do.
So resolution here, 254, it's a resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the employment of Sarah Kazan as a temporary part-time clerk typist for the Township of Lacey. This is a high school senior. She is president of the student government, president of DECA, president of the Future Business Leaders of America. She's going for her associate's degree.
Future administrator.
Yeah, she could be future my replacement, and I'm trying to partner up with the schools to try to get some students interested. She's going to give us right now to get her feet wet, about 10 hours a week to help us in some of the offices at $12 an hour, and you never know what can happen.
Great. I want to add this on. I've been in touch with the, this will only take about 2 to 3 minutes. I've been in touch with the Board of County Commissioners. I want our people to know, because I think this was done surreptitiously behind our backs. I want
Don't we
all
have
our,
to finish with this
We have to vote on this resolution.
first?
oh yeah, go ahead.
Move it. Second.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes.
Thank you.
So New Jersey Natural Gas Company has petitioned the Board of Public Utilities for a 25% increase in 1 year, 25%. No one from Ocean County or Lacey Township is on the Board of Public Utilities. There is no conferencing with us. My position is, if you're going to put forth an issue like this for 25%, and we have 2 senior communities here, there should be written notification from New Jersey Natural Gas to the Township Committee, or the mayors of each and every one of our 33 municipalities. This is reprehensible, and if somebody's going to get hit and they're on a fixed income, this is going to, anywhere from $30 to $50 a month, your bills are going to go up. This is something we should have been told about, we should have been notified of. There's going to be seniors now on fixed income that may not be able to have heat in their house. They might have to choose between this bill and food and or medicine. I don't think it's right. I won't read the resolution. It's a short resolution. It was passed unanimously by the Board of County Commissioners. But I think everyone within earshot of my voice ought to send an email or make a phone call to New Jersey Natural Gas. You feel free to do that at their website. And let them know how you feel, because this is coming down the pipe, and it's going to be much more expensive to heat your house this winter. And I don't think it's right. I think it was done underhandedly. That's my closing comment. I'll have comments now. Committee member McDonald.
You're not going to go to the deputy mayor? Okay.
Yeah, you can go.
No problem. Real quick,
Sorry.
I got only two things to talk about. One was the, at the Winoka Harbor Fire for 9/11, was outstanding. I would encourage everybody to go by and see the memorial they built in front of their firehouse. It's very, very moving. And the second thing I have is just Lacy Day is on Saturday, so come on out. Hopefully we'll get some great weather and enjoy yourselves. Mayor, that's all I have.
Thank you so much. Deputy Mayor Giuliano.
Thank you, Mayor. This Saturday is Run for the Heroes, which comes through here all the time. It will be here at Town Hall, I believe at 10:45. And do you know where the rest of it's going to be? Where's
There's
the other
various
stop?
spots throughout the community. I do believe there's one, somewhere by Ferguson's
Community Hall.
Plumbing. There's one at, Community Hall. I think one of the, is it one down by one of the fire
We
companies?
sweep class around
Yeah.
10 after 12.
Is-
The high school has one, Winoka Elementary, there's a stop on Western, stops in the Pines, it's all over.
There is.
Yeah,
It's on-
Lakeside Drive,
On Chatter.
yeah. There's a
Oh,
map.
they have a list
Yeah,
on
there's a
there?
map, yeah.
Okay, so people can get it on there.
Yeah.
Well, I know here it's going to be, because I come every year, it's 10:45 on Saturday here at Town Hall. It'd be great to see a lot of folks come out and support, all the heroes. There's a beat this Saturday also, 1 to 5. There's a fundraiser at the Moose for a young child in our community. I don't never mention names, but it doesn't matter. This child needs our help. So I'd like to, have people come out. It's to support a good cause. So please come out. Lacy Day this Saturday. I know it's a busy day on Saturday, but even if you could stop by the Moose to support this young man, it would be quite appreciated. Also, over the weekend, last weekend, I had the honor to attend the Oktoberfest, the PBA through, and the children that were out there were having a good time. They did a great job, the PBA, and all the kids out there, running around and using all of that. So I want to thank the PBA because I had all my nieces and nephews go, and they really had a good time. So I wanted to thank them. That's all I really have, Mayor. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Committeeman Dykoff.
Thank you. As Mr. McDonald said, I too attended the 9/11 ceremony at the Winoka Harbor Fire Company. And interesting dynamic. We were on Route 9, obviously, as most people know where it is, and the Master of Ceremonies did something I thought was really good. We all remember where we were that day, and he went around the crowd, and anyone who wanted to speak up about where they were, they spoke up. And the interesting part was, because of the traffic on Route 9 and because of the dynamic of where everyone was standing, you couldn't hear very often. But I know, and I went up to the gentleman afterwards and says, I know just letting those people speak about it. And as I went around and spoke to some people, and they told their stories and their personal connection with that day, and I've heard, it's amazing, I hear so many personal connections. And as I mentioned, I'm pretty active on social media, and I follow a 9/11 blog or page, and people constantly post their memories of their friends, their family, and the fallen. So it was really a great event, and well done, really well done. The other one, I did attend the PBA Oktoberfest, my running mate. The nicest thing, and I guess I couldn't remember, this was, they did one 2 years ago. And it was a great event 2 years ago, and guess what? It's a great event this time too. And to give a shout out to Argos Farm, because I know the PBA did, great partner. If you haven't been out there, by all means, go out and support this great family business who brings so much to the community. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dykoff. Committeeman Kennis.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to, since our last meeting, Coach Versillo's won his 300th football game, so I just want to congratulate him and just also acknowledge the high school. That's a great honor for the high school and himself. He's an institution there. He was my gym teacher when I was there, so he's been there a long time, and I just wish him continued success and best of luck.
Yes.
Those are my comments.
Thank you very much. And to dovetail with.
Wait, one more thing. What
Dennis,
time is Lacy Day? I forget. I gotta put it in my
12
calendar.
to 4.
12 to 4, Lacy Day. That was my thing. Okay, then I'm done.
To dovetail on that, I was trying unsuccessfully this week to get telephone number for Coach Vasillo. So Coach, if you could hear or see me now, I'd like to do, I'm sure we would all like to do, it's not I, it's we up here, a proclamation just commemorating your hard work at that high school. Beloved by so many. Several gentlemen in the NFL now under Coach Vasillo too, and over the years.
Keith Elias.
Keith Elias, New York Giants, and then Princeton. So it's been a home run. So yeah, I'd like to again keep our what we call agritourism in mind, and then I'll dovetail on some of Committeeman Dykoff's comments. If you haven't been to Argos Farm or Area 51, take your kid there. I mean, that is some amazing, beautiful place with good food. Highly recommend. I want to talk about something important. People know that I'm in the employ of the Ocean County Health Department. I heard today a little something about municipal alliances all around Ocean County. They will be funded next year, but at a 70% reduction. That is not good news. Our municipal alliance here in Lacy does an amazing job. You look at that 5K, you look at any of the senior luncheons, any of the events, we need to continue to fund that. We have an alliance coordinator that's been here for many, many years. Our alliance volunteers have stepped up, caused for us in 2016 to become a township of distinction for the work that they do between the danger hours of 3 to 6 for underage drinking, for drug and alcohol abuse. They're an amazing group of people. I called and spoke with our rec director. Currently out of his budget, it's about $6,600. I implore my colleagues up here tonight to commit to continue our municipal alliance past July 1st, 2022, because we need it in our town. There's a lot of kids, a lot of teachers, a lot of people working hard shoulder to shoulder. It's a small price to pay for such good return on money, so I'm hopeful that that happens. I want to thank our teachers, our bus drivers. You know, in other towns, they're looking for bus drivers. Here, we're okay. Our teachers here, they're showing up. They're taking care of our kids. I want to thank them. I've always had a great relationship with our schools. I don't see any reason why that won't continue. I have been a strident advocate of our businesses. I made a PowerPoint presentation in Southern Ocean County Chamber of Commerce. The name of the presentation was Private Business and Public Health, a partnership that just makes sense, CENTS. Businesses have been reaching out to me in my other professional capacity, and some of them Lacy businesses. We tell them how to be COVID compliant. We tell them how to save money possibly on their insurance. We tell them how to stay opened. And how to help people with chronic diseases so that employees don't just show up for you. And that's what we call, hey, I'm here, but it's called presenteeism. In other words, your employee shows up, does nothing but exhale carbon dioxide. Well, that doesn't do you any good as a business. So it's an easy sell. It's a good marriage of non-traditional partners, public health and private business. So I'm going to continue to advocate for that. A couple of announcements from our rec department. This year, the WIBIT took in $84,000 pre-COVID-19 in 2019. It garnered $91,000. We would have beat it this year, but for the governor's unemployment policy, where our rec department manager, Mr. Weiland, said he had to go 9 days just closed because he couldn't get the help for the lifeguards to be there to run the WIBIT. This WIBIT is and continues to be a revenue draw. There are food trucks there. There's other businesses now that are benefiting from it. We are the only municipality that has it. And there are other townships that send their summer camp kids to us. So certainly I think it was a good move on the part of this committee to have that because it's in good shape. It's closed now, but I'm hopeful we can get the help next year, but as James tells me, it's difficult in many municipalities getting lifeguards, and that's unfortunate. Lacy Day, you heard my colleagues talk about it, this Saturday, 12 to 4. Also, as part of our 150th, Saturday, October 2nd, Family Scarecrow Building, Hebrew Park Pavilion at 1 o'clock. Please pre-register with the Recreation Department, but that doesn't mean you can't come. Come there, bring your kids. I want to see you out there. The 150 committee does fabulous, fabulous work in that regard. And, a lot of that has to do with Ms. McDonald as well. Friday and Saturday, October 8th and 9th, Halloween Family Fun featuring real ghost stories of Lacy Township at the Lacy Schoolhouse Museum. Tickets available at the Rec Department. That is, I think, did James say on the 30th of October is going to be the Undeadly Trail?
Yes.
Yes, it is. He
Okay,
just
so
wasn't ready to announce that yet, but yeah.
So I think I'm going to announce. So James, if you're watching tonight, I am sorry.
He's okay with that.
But listen, in honor of COVID, last year, we had a drive-through. It was novel. It was complete thinking out of the box. It was novel. All the people that worked and volunteered in that deserve a lot of credit. We had 1,500 cars go through in 2 nights, and it gave opportunity for Halloween for kids that weren't going to have it otherwise. We're doing the same thing this year. It's going to be expanded this year. It costs nothing this year. It's done by all volunteers again this year. If you get an opportunity, it's called the Not So Scary or Undeadly Trail. It's not going to scare the life out of the little ones. We're going to try to get some basic small handouts, but we want you to come through. We'll have more details in the future. That is all I have. I'd like to open the floor to public comment. Please, one of the 2 ladies with the hands up, whoever's closer to the microphone. Name and address, please.
Thank you. It's freezing in here. Heather Scanlon, Barnabas Pines. Also, just on behalf of the Alliance, I just want to say a few words since I'm here. An update or report on our Lacy 5K race, which was really a great event. We were on record to really exceed over 450 runners, and until the weather forecast was for pouring rain, the tropical storm that came through. However, due to the support of businesses in this town, we raised a record amount of money for our race, and we're so grateful for the support from all the businesses. But I just have to say that we could not do this without the support of all the volunteers. Some of my volunteers were there at the race, and I'm not really very popular with them when I ask them to be there at 6:15 in the morning, but they come out anyway. One day a year they give me that. And even some people from the community who are not volunteers. Right, Skip? Skip out there putting signs up. So anyway, it was a great day, and I'm just also pleased to announce that for the first time in 19 months, that we are having our first indoor Senior Connections Luncheon tomorrow. Not sure if we want to keep calling it Senior Connections Luncheon. I think maybe we're scaring some of our younger seniors. They don't want to identify as seniors. So we might change the name, just call it our Connections Luncheon. So we invite all of you to come. But as you mentioned, this is the first today that I'm hearing about the fact that we might stay at the same decreased rate of support from our DETR funding, which, as you know, our funding from the state does not come from tax dollars. However, it's still a 75% decrease in funding. So, in fact, which is why having our 5K race is really going to help out us continue our programs. So, in spite of that, we'll go forward, we'll continue onward, but we are not probably going to have all of our programs at the same level, and we do have to raise the price of our luncheons. But anyway, I'm just happy to be able to say that we're resuming our programs. We still contributed to Project Graduation this year. We haven't gone away, and in fact, this morning I was watching Good Morning America and saw a piece on TikTok and how under the hashtag alcohol, and how about 90% of those TikTok videos glorify underage drinking and binge drinking. So it just goes to show you we really need to stay vigilant. So I thank the Township Committee for their support. Thank you.
One question, if I could. Do you need help setting up chairs tonight for community hall?
Yes, we're going down there and setting up chairs as soon as the scouts are out of there.
I'll help you out after the meeting.
All right, thanks.
Anybody else? Please,
What, right?
name and address.
Regina DeSenza, Sunset Drive, Sunrise Beach, speaking as a private citizen. A couple days ago, the absentee ballots came out. My husband got his in the mail. And I want to remind people, you got to flip it over to do the questions. My husband was putting it back in the envelope after just doing the front, and I'm
really?
like,
Haven't you taught him
do
yet?
you want happy wheat growing all over Bamber Lake? And he's like, no. I said, well, then flip it over. And he read the questions. So when you get your ballot in the mail, don't forget there's two sides to it. Just flip it over and do the other side.
Regina,
Thank
did you
you.
help him fill the front out?
Ha ha. Would you believe he did not vote for me?
That's not too good.
He likes living in the doghouse.
Any other comments from the floor?
Seeing none.
Seeing none, motion, close it.
Close it.
Close the
Second.
floor.
Second?
Second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any other add-ons? Anything?
No, I just need to read the resolution to go into executive session. Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing convening an executive session to discuss matters of personnel, contractual matters, and anticipated pending litigation. Motion?
Move it, second.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Here.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes.
We will not be back out with any other further discussions or decisions.